Hey guys, Maytag Machine Maniac here. I am bringing you another washer video. I've been out for a while. I had midterms actually. That's why I'm home at 11:30. I normally don't get out till 2. That aside, sorry for some of the inactivity. I've been busy with a lot of schoolwork. But today we are washing a rug. This is the same one that I washed in the Maytag 4 or 5 months back. So, yeah. I'm gonna activate the machine. Oh, wrong cycle. Let's see, so bulky items. I've never actually seen that never seen how it uses this on this machine, this cycle. I don't know, it'll be something for me to discover off camera. So we're gonna do a warm rinse, a warm wash. Excuse me, I've caught something. Heavy soil. Spin time. It's whatever. Spin time's gonna be. We'll keep it on 8-minute spin. Deep rinse. Same thing. Not using softener. So. Actually, could stand for an extra rinse. So, yeah, I'll be back once it is agitating. I have to say already, it's doing a much better job than the Maytag. Oh, God. Excuse me. Yeah, I can't add any more water than this. This is the machine's maxed out limit, unfortunately. So I was reading some of the comments on the washing a rug in the Maytag Bravo. I think that's my most popular video. Last time I checked, 1.2 or 1.3 thousand views. So, and a lot of people were giving me various suggestions. Someone had said not to do this on high spin, because if you watched the previous video, I had it set to high spin speed. They said like ruin the rubber or whatever. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't have control of that on this machine. But the bulky item cycle out of the 850 RPMs this machine can do, I'd say it does maybe 700 to 675 for the bulky item cycle, so it's a much lower spin. This is getting some good action, actually. The only other cycle that I know that does really good wash action is the jeans cycle. Yeah, you can see it. It does I would say like more aggressive. The agitation. You think this is like log stroke agitation? That cycle has a longer pause between going one way or the other, but the agitation is much faster. It's very aggressive. It tosses. It literally. Excuse me. Tosses the jeans around. You'll have a perfectly balanced load when you load it, and like halfway through the cycle, you could have everything on one side because of how the agitation is. I might actually wash this on the jeans cycle so you can actually see it. You know, that's for another time maybe. I was just checking the actual time minus an extra rinse, so we got 61 minutes, it'd be 43 if I'm not doing the extra rinse. Alright, so at 49 minutes, it's adding more water. And it's now doing quick pulse action. So the reason I always do an extra rinse is I found out, the hard way actually, is not to be taken out of context, haha, but I found out that if it only does one rinse, there's gunk, like the remnants, the little dirt flecks, the little things that you see floating up. That gunk tends to just sit at the bottom of the tub, and I need to flush the tub out by doing a rinse and spin, you know, a quick little rinse and spin to the point where the tub fills up to a certain point, cancel it, turn on drain and spin, have it drain out, spin out for like a minute, cancel it, call it a day. You know, it's little things like this that you just constantly see at the bottom of the tub. So I have a secondary rinse to help with the removal of all that crap, hopefully. Also, the first rinse will be a cold rinse, despite my warm rinse option on. Also, in the first rinse, the softener dispenser will not flush, which is a nice little thing. Because in the Maytag, you had the extra rinse, it would dispense the fabric softener through the first rinse. Yeah, that was obnoxious. I could always use that to my advantage, actually, in the Maytag, where if I wanted a full cycle pre-wash and then a quick little wash, I could put detergent in the softener dispenser in the Maytag, and it would flush out the detergent into the first rinse, yada yada yada, and then have a second rinse. Yeah, you can see all that dirt and crap. Yeah, it's just all dirty. I just find that weird that when it's draining, if anyone could explain why, that when it's draining at the end of the drain, it literally swishes water back in. I don't know if, actually, wait, cancel that, because now that I think about it, the water's stuck in the tube, or in the drain pipe, you can't get out because the pump shut off. Yeah, I'm an idiot. There's a funny story about me being an idiot with my ex. So we had met through a mutual friend, and it's literally, she hacked her Snapchat, like, add me, add this, so I add her. And we get to talking, and so that weekend I'm hanging out with my friend, the mutual friend, and I invite this one over, my now ex, because, you know, they were friends as well, so why not? And here's where the stupidity part comes in. My now ex says to me, or shows me in her phone, that I am labeled as her crush. So literally, like in the text messenger app, I am labeled as crush on her phone. And I had the audacity and balls to ask her, do you like me or something? Excuse me. But yeah, I was that fucking stupid. Like, I mean, it was kind of obvious, now that I think about it. Because when we first started talking, I had added her, I went to my karate class, did, you know, 2.5 hours worth of karate. And when I added her and we started talking, the first thing she says after I show her the picture of me, she's like, wow, you must be in a relationship. And I say, nope. Have you ever been in one? Never have, probably never will, as a matter of course. You know, I'm single. So yeah, they do a freshman me like hell I do. I'm fucking single for life. Yeah, and then she literally sent 30 different photos of her, like, that were collected throughout the year, not like 30 different selfies right then and there. And the question, would you smash or pass this girl? I'm like, and I responded, this is you. I don't even know you, so I'm not qualified to answer that. Turns out she's a slut. Now, I don't mean that as like because she broke up with me or anything, but literally our mutual friend and several other people both in my grade and her grade. No, she had 3 boyfriends before me, and you know, after she dumped me 12 days, she got together with an 8th grader, and apparently they had sex a weekend. Okay, enough talking about that, but you get the idea. You know, but, you know, that was a huge tangent. But, point is, I'm an idiot. How did I get from drain pumps to this? Alright, I'll see you after it's done filling. So, we've got 33 minutes left. It hasn't dispensed softener. I didn't put any in, but you can take my word for it. I actually would have started dispensing the softener the minute it started running to this at the same time. Before I left. Also, the water coming in is completely cold. This is all cold water, and the warm rinse option is on. It does that, I think, as like an energy thing. Where if you're going to have 2 rinses, the first one's going to be a cold one without softener, and then the second one will be a warm one, a warm rinse with the softener. Hold on, let's get my... Oh, sorry. Got my phone charger cable. So, you know, it's taken, I'd say this is 7 minutes. What is it? No, it was at, I think, 43. When, I don't remember. But it took a while to fill at that point. I like this. This is, the fact is, it's got the ability, with quick burst agitation, to pull the entire load down, the entire rug down. Just seeing the options. I was going through the spin. I have to say, it's been... it's April 9th, day of recording, probably day of upload. Near 2 months with owning this machine, and I am pleased with it. It's had a couple bugs that I've seen that I don't understand. For instance, the speed wash cycle, for reference, is a 19-minute long cycle. That's wash, rinse, and spin. It does a spray rinse. But during the spray rinse, I think you've all seen how spray rinses work. Yeah, because I did a review of the speed wash cycle. So, for those who don't know, it does a constant spinning tub at, I'd say, maybe 120 RPMs. Well, a hidden jet right there is on. And if the warm rinse is selected, it'll flush hot water through there. Well, if the tub is slowed down in any way, the machine will completely cut the rinse. And I saw this, you know, testing around with the machine. And I witnessed this on the speed wash. So again, this is where the 19 minutes comes into play. The time display went from about 11 to 23 minutes. And it activated the spray jet and was just doing a slight turn, coasting to a stop, slight turn, coasting to a stop. And that was just weird. I don't know why they did that. Oh, you can see the impeller. You could. Anyway, another thing I've noticed is if the load is too unbalanced, in the manual it says it will flash the word balancing across the screen in an attempt to rebalance. Not really. What I've noticed is, if it's in between a wash and a rinse, or a first rinse and then a second rinse, and it's unbalanced in the spin, it will just jump everything and just get to the rinse. If it's on the final spin, the spin light will actually start blinking, which is something you don't see, because, you know, these are engaged, but they don't blink while they're engaged. It'll start blinking and it'll do a much slower spin. It won't spin to maximum speed, but it'll continue spinning. Kind of want to put like a phone book or a dictionary on one side to see what the hell it does. That'd be interesting, actually. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. You know, for whatever reason, I kind of wish the machine had a spray rinse option. So say you were doing a load of delicates, yet you wanted them spray rinsed, and you could just activate that. No. But what's funny is, literally almost every single cycle, with the exception of, like, 4, has a spray rinse. The normal cycle has a spray rinse, casual cycle has a spray rinse, active wear probably has a spray rinse, cold wash has a spray rinse, speed wash has a spray rinse, jeans has a spray rinse, heavy duty, towel sheets, and whites. The only cycles that don't have spray rinses are sanitized with Oxy, basket clean, drain and spin, actually. See, the drain and spin cycle is also the rinse and spin cycle. If you set it to drain and spin and then you hit deep rinse or extra rinse, it will add time on and do a rinse. Delicates, probably for obvious reasons, has a tub rinse. And so does the bulky item cycle. It has full tub rinse. Now you can activate a full tub rinse by hitting the deep rinse option. Oh. That's gross. But you can activate a full tub rinse on any of those cycles. Hell, yeah, you can do that with the normal cycle as well. Okay. You can see there's all that crap there. Oh, you get all that crap. That's why I'm doing a second rinse, to help remove all that. Hopefully that works. Because if this second rinse thing doesn't work, I'll just do it with one rinse later on when I wash it again. You know, to save time mainly. I mean, I'm not too concerned about water. I mean, I don't live in California, for fuck's sake. I mean, if I was in California, yeah, I'd see a reason to not really do that. To not really... I'd see a reason... Man, my mind is blowing up now. But, you know, in California, because they've had a drought for God knows how long now. I don't even keep up with the news. I don't know if they still have... I don't know if they still have the drought or not. If someone lives there could tell me if you still have that drought or not going on, that'd be greatly appreciated. But, you know, water's, you know, hard to get by there. I mean, I saw, excuse me, one of their, I saw in a Daily Dose of Internet video that they put a bunch of balls on top of a water reservoir to keep it from going away, and it worked. But, you know, I remember hearing on the news years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, that leaving water running just out of a hose on the sidewalk is a $200 fine in some areas. That's how bad, like, your drought is. So, yeah, it's, ooh. I mean, I'm from Massachusetts. I don't know if you can hear anything like my voice or whatever. I mean, I don't have that pack the cat in the garage type of accent. At least I don't think I do. But, yeah, water here is easy to come by, yada yada yada. It's not too expensive. Believe it or not, water's not that expensive to pay for. Despite we're living in, I live in Massachusetts. 24 minutes left. I'm gonna help slow that down a bit. Oh, hold on, my sleep is coming back up. And the thing about Massachusetts, get your long sleeves ready, but also pack in short sleeves. Let it change in 10 seconds flat. But here, I'll show you what I mean when the softener dispenses with this. It will. So if we had it, we'll put in. Okay, so yeah, my bad. Some cycles it instantly dispenses, but other times not so much. And it flushes this 3 or 4 times already. You'll see that I like the warm ones because it fills much quicker. I mean, you have softener dispensing, that's cold. You got the hot and cold of the main detergent valve running. So this very end right here, that's hot water. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is the hot water, this is the cold. One in the middle, but it fills up very fast. It's a nice warm space. Alright, so just we got 13 minutes, so it's about 5 minutes. Not even. And it's still got crap floating around. Excuse me. I have not been feeling good at all. The only reason I went to school for the past 2 days is because I don't want to have to make up midterms, because it's fucking midterms. I hate midterms. I hate them even more when I have to make them up. Huh, hold on. So I'm trying to look. I don't know if... I'm looking through here. I'm trying to see if that's the floor at the bottom or if this has a cover at the bottom. Because the Maytag had a cover at the very bottom of the washer to like muffle the motor. Huh, that's something to look into. See all this crap floating around. I don't think the second rinse is going to be as effective at removing the crap from the tub. Oh, excuse me. Oh. But if that's the case, I'll just set it to rinse and drain out. Rinse and spin and all that. This is, excuse me. I actually like how this machine's handling the rug. For a modern belt drive machine, this is pretty good. Lock. There we go. Hold on, I need to check my battery. Okay, I'm good. So definitely not as effective as at rinsing as I'd like it to be. All I did was put one Arm & Hammer pod. You got soap on the second rinse. I don't know if that's because it was warm or what have you, but I think that should do it for rinsing. Excuse me. Oh yeah, there's still some, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's much clearer. There you go, in person. Holy crap. Oh, and if I think this is bad, you guys think this is bad, just wait till summer months come. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's April now, so I get out July. Not July, you know. It's like a booger or something I picked off. It wasn't a booger, but oh. You can see it's kind of peeling right there. There's all this crap. So yeah, that's, yeah, I'm gonna have to rinse out the tub. So second rinse, not so helpful. Would have left it at the first rinse and had it spin out had I known this would be the outcome, to be honest. You could literally see all that. This is white filmy stuff. But, you know, that's fine. But you got these soap marks on the tub. That's one thing, though, that I kind of got instilled in me by the Maytag, was if it's a soapy rinse, it's bad. I mean, I've seen, like, older machines, like 2000, like 90s, early odds direct drives by Whirlpool, where you had a slight soapy rinse, like there was a little bit of soap. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's fine if you get the soap. The reason there was never any soap in the Maytag rinses is because they're so cold. They're just cold water straight from the tap. Actually, now that I think about it, you got, temperatures. You only had 5 on the Maytag. You had tap cold, cold, cool, warm, hot. And hot wasn't that hot, to be honest. Another nice thing about the GE is here, you got 6. You got a colors temperature, so that's excuse me. Colors temperature, water temperature setting is in between warm and cool. So it's warmer than a cool wash, but not as warm as a warm wash. Funny enough, that's not used on the color cycle. I figured, you know, on colors you'd use the colors temperature, but it's used on casuals. depending on your cycle, you can get straight hot water out of this machine. I mean, it might be cold for the first, like, initial sensing, but other than that, it is straight hot water. I've had that happen on the normal cycle. Obviously, it happens on the sanitized cycle. It's happened on this cycle. It's happened on every cycle I've used, actually. So, we're kicking in. Oh, sorry. I have to get my camera for amateurs filming, am I right? I'm not good. It shouldn't be that fast. Maybe it bases the spin speed off of the load that it senses. Let me tell you, this is fast. Oh, there we go, no power bar. This is faster than it normally does. No, this is actually average, because we got 6 minutes. One of my favorite things about this machine is actually that it uses the drain pump for pretty much the entire duration of the spin, minus the coasting area. And you can increase how long the spin is. For most cycles, you can increase it by increments of 3. For sanitize, you have 1 increment of 5, max or more. For the color cycle, you have it in increments of 5. Pretty cool. But yeah, this is a low for... this is a low spin. That's for certain. Okay, actually leaving the lid switch mechanism unintended, which is something I could never do with the Maytag, and sometimes I can't do it with this machine because it'll shake so much that the scissors fall out. Can actually change if I wanted to. I could add more spin time right now if I wanted to. That's cool. And then you got the little spin stop light that comes on. There you go. So yeah, I generally help stop it by hand. Excuse me again. Yeah. Alrighty, so. Yep. To get that little nice chime, and it's flashes end. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll upload God only knows when. See ya.